first thing is, yeah, we will discover the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Before discussing Bhagavad Gita as it is, right, let's discuss ourselves. So, how many of you have heard Bhagavad Gita? I think most of you have heard. So, how many of you have completed reading the Bhagavad Gita? So, you can raise your hands. So, it is like, okay, I have completed reading Bhagavad Gita. Yes. So, Rashmi Pandey Mataji has completed it. So, yeah, we'll go to next question. It is like, now, for all the things, for everyone, what do you think the Gita is about? So, if you want to give answer in one line, so what is Gita all about? Anyone can unmute and just say, okay, I'm thinking that Gita is about this. So there will be no further written questions on it. So I can guarantee that you can just give your opinion. Yeah, chat is also fine if you want to put about Krishna Bhakti. So Rashmi Pandey says about Krishna Bhakti. Yes, Mataji, it is about Krishna Bhakti. So we will come back to this point. And others also can message if they have anything like what exactly we think Gita is about. For example, you can say, okay, this is for the people who are renunciant or anything, whatever you want. So in your mind, when you hear Bhagavad Gita, what is the first thing it is going to strike you back? Wait, give you 10 more seconds. Yeah, a path of life. Okay, last 5 seconds more. Okay, so we'll move forward. So, yeah, so one is about Krishna Bhakti. Yes, it is about Krishna Bhakti, a path of life. Yes, it is about path of life also. And it is about many things which we may know or we might not know. And many of the people think that Gita is a religious book. Yes, it is a religious book, but it is not just a religious book. It has many other things which no other book has the content in it ever. So let's try to understand. So if you see this image, right? Uh, if you all see, it is a washing machine. Now, can anyone identify like, okay, if I want to start and using that washing machine, so we can anyone tell that, okay, what we need to do in this particular dashboard? So in this particular dashboard, yeah. So most of the things are in lines and other things which we cannot understand. So it is not much useful. But when we come to this kind of dashboard, we have all the instructions. So now if I say, okay, keep my clothes in a fast mode for 20 minutes in this temperature, then you can say, okay, temperature you are going to set here, spin like, okay, 400 rotations, 800 rotations, and you have all the things. So there are some instructions which are there on this particular thing, which is helping us to understand how to use this machine. So this also works, but you need to understand the configuration of that. Now, where the configuration we find, it is in the manual of that machine. Okay. So we have a machine which we need to use. And if we don't know like how to use that machine, then we are going to screw it up. So we are going to make it uh, non-workable mode in some days. So we are going to use it in very rough way, or it can spoil in a day, or yeah, if a repair comes, we will not be able to identify where to do the basic things. So this instructions, which helps us in handling a washing machine, is related to us like our body is also a machine. So yantra rudani mayaya. It means our body is also a kind of machine because once a soul leaves, the machine stays back here and it decomposes. So this machine also has a manual which is called as Bhagavad-Gita. So Bhagavad-Gita is a life manual where we all can go through and see like, okay, what is this body about? What is the purpose? So Bhagavad-Gita is a life manual. And in this age of Kali and in the current particular age where we are right now, as I said earlier, it is very fast-paced world. So when we sit in a fast-paced machine, truck, bike, which goes very fast, then automatically we are into so much stress. So in this fast world, if you want to come out of stress, yes, this can be a stress buster. And also the main thing is it is a guide to the purpose. As earlier one of the devotees said, a path to life. It is a path for that purpose, and that purpose has a guide, which is this. So when I say a guide, it starts with the paths, it defines the goal, it defines the person who is going through that, and yeah, it defines not just one path, it defines various paths. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita does not define only one path, it defines us many paths. Okay, it does not say that okay, you need to become devotee. It does not say it. It gives all the paths. And Krishna also says to Arjuna at the last of Bhagavad Gita, saying, see, whatever I have supposed to tell you, I have told. Now it is up to you to take it or not. Yata ichasi tata kuru. Means whatever you desire or whatever you like, you do. That is okay. So here Krishna is giving us a lesson saying that, see, my job is to guide you. I have given you all the instructions. Now Krishna says, Yada ichasi tada kuru. It means whatever you want, you do kuru. It is like. Now what we learn is, so we also give many instructions to many people. But the difference between us and Lord is because we give instructions, we want the people to follow that instructions. So when we start having the expectations saying that you need to follow this, then the problem starts. So when you have expectations, your frustration is going to get started. So there is power battery. I'll just switch on the power. Okay, it is not. So Lord Krishna is helping us to make sure that okay, our job is to give instructions, but we should not expect others to follow on what we are saying. It is like we are giving opinions, but the decision is others. So whoever wants, they can take whatever decision. If we adhere to this, then most of our problems will be solved. The only problem is we want other people to act according to our instructions. Here, the Supreme Lord, who has created this entire cosmic manifestation, who knows what is going to happen, everything, he has given instructions and he is saying, whatever you want to do, you do. You should not just do like, because I said this. So that is a guide to a purpose. He gives different paths. He says, see, I am giving Karma Yoga. It is first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita are Karma Yoga. And again, in the next 6 chapters, Krishna explains about Bhakti Yoga. And again, in the last 6 chapters, Krishna explains about Jnana Yoga. So it is like that Bhakti Yoga is there in between. And Acharyas say that when you go to an ocean, you are going to find a shell. And when you open that shell, you are going to find a pearl in between the shell. So there is a upper layer, there is a lower layer, and there is a pearl in between. So Bhagavad Gita is like that pearl where the top layer is that Karma Yoga, bottom layer is Jnana Yoga, but the actual pearl is Bhakti Yoga. And in Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna says multiple times the importance of Bhakti Yogas, so which we are going to just move ahead. And we see like there are different kinds of people. So this is again a question to everyone. Like for whom you think that Bhagavad Gita is for? So is it like for only renunciants or students? Whom is Bhagavad Gita for? Or if I add like for whom the Bhagavad Gita is most for? For whom? Okay, we got something in the chat. Yeah, Rashmi Vandemata says everyone. Any other versions or any other perspectives? So for whom the Bhagavad Gita is for? So you can just type in or unmute and speak. Okay. So in general, because we are already having many sessions, so we all are into it. But in general, people think that, okay, it is only for the people who want to find their back way or find their religion things, or they want to become renunciation. So they were frustrated. They did not have any path. They want to take Bhagavad Gita as a medicine. Okay, we get all kind of answers. So this is not just meant solely for the renunciants. So it is not just solely for the renunciants. And if you see in practical days, the application, other than the devotees, right? When you see the outside world, whenever somebody passes away, people go and play Bhagavad Gita there. Now, first point is they don't know the purpose of it, and they don't know why they are playing that. But just because other person played, they are also playing. So they don't even know why the Bhagavad Gita is played at the funerals. It is like, see, today this person is gone. Tomorrow you are also going to die. Before you pass away, perfect your life. It is not for the person who passed away, but it is for the people who are attending that they can perfect their lives before they met with that end. So this thing people don't understand, and they just get that speakers. They just connect with the YouTube and they search Bhagavad Gita, and using Bluetooth they play. So it is just like other people need to know that there is a funeral happening. So it is a kind of indicator for funerals. And this is the most useless application. But still, yeah, I think at least for that person or at least for that purpose, people know that, okay, it is important to play, at least if they are in understanding the purpose and playing. Oh, okay. But it is not just solely meant for renunciants, and it is not just solely meant for a kind of age group. So if you see Bhagavad Gita, who has spoken to whom? It is Lord Krishna has spoken to Arjuna. So Arjuna is not a renunciant. If it Bhagavad Gita is only applicable for the people who are sannyasis, there were many sannyasis who meet Krishna. His guru is there, Narada Muni is there. There are many sannyasis around him. He did not teach to them. Hanuman is there. He is a brahmachari. He did not teach to Hanuman. But why he taught Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna? Because he has a family and he has children and he has a duty to do. And he is like one of us who is running his life, and not just like us, he is as busy as, if you see, okay, somebody, or let's take an example of Prime Minister Modi. Okay, Modi is there. Now, if you think that, okay, you are busy, if you try to understand the schedule of Prime Minister Modi, you'll be like bewildered how this person is able to do this many things at that age. Okay. So even our Modi reads Bhagavad Gita, and if we see, he sets an example for every one of us that whenever he goes and meets the top person of any other country, he says, I have no other better gift than Bhagavad Gita to gift for you, because he knows the value of Bhagavad Gita and he is gifting Bhagavad Gita. If you go and gift a toy, if you go and gift any other thing, or if you go and give sweets and other things, right? Sweets will say stay for 1 day in the box, 1 day in the body, and it goes out. And if you give a toy and other things, okay, it stays for 10 days, 15 days, it is gone. But if you give a Bhagavad Gita, basically it is not just transforming that person, it is going to transform him and his country as well, because he is the head of that state. And for us, if we are going to read, we are going to transform, and it is going to help us and our family. And as a prime minister, he understood the importance of Bhagavad Gita, and he has given that Bhagavad Gita to the things. He says, I have no other better gift than this. So that itself is and telling that the importance of Bhagavad Gita. And if you think that, okay, only Prime Minister Modi, okay, he is also a brahmachari, he is a renunciant. Let's come back to other people. So Einstein is there. He is, everyone knows Einstein because we all passed from the schools. So Einstein says, like, he says, the things which are there in Bhagavad Gita puts shame to all what we have done till. In other words, it is not as it is. But yeah, he says that like whatever is in Bhagavad Gita is much more beyond than what we have shared. So everything can be read. He is amazed of Bhagavad Gita. And if you want to take a contemporary of India, so we all know that Indians are progressing in putting the satellites in space. So it is like DRDO, ISRO. So there is one person who is father of the space things. He is Vikram Sarabhai. So we all know Vikram Sarabhai. He is the person who started this entire atomic stuff and the rockets, satellites, things. So one day he was sitting in Baba Atomic Space Station. There was a new recruit in that atomic station. He was a new person and he was in a good position. So he was walking around and he saw a person who is reading Bhagavad Gita in the DRDO. He asked, wow, what you are reading? Then this person says, I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. Then this person said, do you know what you are doing? You are sitting in the best place in India where we are going to develop the technology which is going to be best, and you are sitting in this place and reading Bhagavad Gita. So he was thinking that he is wasting the time and sitting in that place. And when he's speaking, like he's thinking he's a normal person, and this new recruit, he's saying, you are not supposed to read this, that, this. So there was a security guard who came to this person who was sitting and he just did a salute. And he said, sir, you need to go here. Then this person was amazed, the new recruit. He asked, who is the? Then the security says, he is Vikram Sarabhai and he is the head of our entire organization. then this person gets perplexed. Oh, then Vikram Sarabhai says that whatever I learned, everything is what I understood from Bhagavad Gita. This is helping me to do the things, and it is where I am today is because of this book. So if you think that, okay, you are very much busy, yes, Vikram Sarabhai is also very much busy. Narendra Modi is also very much busy. If you are thinking that you are in a war, yes, Arjuna is also in a war, but Krishna stopped and he explained Bhagavad Gita to him. And if you take anything, you have lot of examples. If you take acharyas, there are many acharyas who tell the importance of Bhagavad Gita. So if we see for which age groups, for children, it is children, they can develop curiosity and discipline. It's because Krishna says in ninth or eighth, ninth chapters, it is saying that I am the taste in water. Okay, I am Shankara in Rudras. So this all develops a curiosity. So when I say Krishna is the taste in water, right? So we all can understand, okay, you take a mango juice, it has a taste. You take some orange juice, it has a taste. But have you ever tried to taste water? You will never find a taste. But when you are thirsty, really when you are thirsty, you try to drink all the juices. Nothing will satisfy you until and unless you drink water. So when Krishna says, I am this in that, Krishna says that I am best in everything. Okay. Krishna says, I am Rudra in the Shankara in the Rudras. So there are 11 Rudras. And yeah, Krishna says, I am Omkara in Pranam Mantra. So Omkara is the best one. There are many, many, many things which Krishna says. So this all, when children study, they will understand the knowledge as it is and discipline. So when you read the chapter 5, it is about Dhyana Yoga, where one yogi is trying to, when one yogi is trying to get his destination of this Brahma Gyan or Brahma Jyoti meanings. So there are many steps which are explained how he need to perform the yoga. So how he need to sit, what he needs to eat, which direction he needs to sit. So there are lot of things which tells like if you are determined in doing one thing, these are all the things which you need to do, which helps in achieving the goal. Now, when you come to youth, yes, they get clarity because when you see Arjuna, he was having 100 questions, but when Krishna spoke, he immediately took. So before that, he dropped the bow, and after Bhagavad Gita, he picked up the bow and he won the war. So he was very much clear and he is purpose driven and he got strength. So by reading Bhagavad Gita, we are going to cross over all our complexities in the life and we are going to have a purpose in the life and we feel the strength because when we are confident from inside, we do activities clear outside. Okay, so it is all about we being confident in inside. If we are not at all confident in from inside, you don't expect any clarity from your words, from your thinking, or from your activities. None of them will help you. Now, coming to the adults, we all are in ultimate stress. So, the students who are like done now, the adults, it is like we are in career stress. Oh, AI is coming, artificial intelligence. Will I have my job after 2 years, 3 years? No one knows. So there is a career stress. Now there are multiple type of people around us, like relatives. Everyone have many expectations. So are we able to meet that expectations? And okay, I need to maintain my family. So even when I So, yeah, earn this much. Is it sufficient? We don't have any clarity. So financial worries. So everything is there. But when we read Bhagavad Gita, we can understand how to handle this stress and just pass with distinction. Okay. Seniors. Now there are seniors. Their whole purpose is because they have completed all responsibilities. Now they will be with family, they might be in loneliness, and they have retired. The only fear for them is like, when is my time? Okay, when is my time is the fear. Now, when they actually know that after this death, you are still living. Okay, so after this death, you are still living and you are going to get a fresh body. Then what else they want? So they want, like, see, my body is old, I am not able to do anything, I am tired, I just want to get out. So that fear of death is there. But when they know that soul is eternal, you are just taking this body in this journey, and right after you leave this body, you are going to take next body. So they will happily leave the body thinking that, okay, this old body I'll give up, I'll take a new body, and again I'll go back to school. I'll enjoy my school days, and I'll continue my life with a fresh enthusiasm. So if that is your perspective, you can be happy. If not, there is no point of you being happiness of being seniors. So till this point, does anyone have any questions? So I think I've spoken for 30 minutes or so. So if anyone has any questions, yeah, feel free to put in the chat whenever you have that question. We can discuss. So questions are important. Now, what is Bhagavad Gita? Is a conversation between Lord and Arjuna. So Krishna is not just Krishna, because Bhagavad Gita is written by the same person who has written all the Vedas. And in Vedas, when Indra speaks, Vedavyas has written Indra Uvacha. And when Arjuna speaks, Vyasdeva has written Arjuna Uvacha. When Lord Shiva speaks, Vyasdeva has written Shiva Uvacha. When any other person has written, Vyasdeva has written that name of the person Uvacha. But when Krishna spoke, Vyasdeva has written Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Means he is that Bhagavan. Because we know that there are all these devtas from the Vedas only. And the person who wrote the Vedas himself is saying that he is Sri Bhagavan. So it is a discussion between that Bhagavan and Arjuna, who is a warrior. And not just a warrior, he is a confused warrior. Now, if you see, there are many advertisements. So you might ask, see, okay, why Arjuna is behaving like this? Why Krishna told to Arjuna? Is it only mentioned for Arjuna or not? So if you take an example, we see many advertisements saying that, so they will take a fresh shirt, they will add all the dirt, and they will take, okay, surf excel or something, they will wash, and they will show that, okay, this is clean. Now, if you see that shirt, it was not supposed to be become bad because it is already a good shirt. Just to demo that this surf excel works, the shirt has been added as if with the dirt, but shirt is good. Similarly, here Lord Krishna wants to tell all of us Bhagavad Gita, and he took this person Arjuna as an example, and he has put Arjuna in that scenario. So Arjuna is the best. He has no need to ask. he was with Lord Krishna all the time. But in order to tell all of us about this Bhagavad Gita, they both have played this role play of a confused warrior, and Lord has placed Arjuna in illusion and saying that, okay, now I placed you under some circumstances. I need to tell you Bhagavad Gita, which will be helpful for everyone in the coming future. And Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses. And as said, it is spoken just 45 minutes because it is just slokas. And we already discussed about 40 minutes. So in this time now, already almost they might have completed 16 chapters. And it is not just a philosophy, it is a practical guidance for action. So whoever reads Bhagavad Gita, they don't become a what we can say a fanatic religious person, but they act in the way which pleases all the people. Okay, it is not the output of Bhagavad Gita is a proper, disciplined, or responsible person. It is not just a fanatic person, because we see many other fanatic things, books, and the outcome was more fanatic. So we'll just get into Bhagavad Gita on what it is. So this, okay, there is some spelling mistake here. You can ignore it. So Bhagavad Gita is that one book which tells many of the solutions of our life. First, goal of life. Okay, it tells what is the goal of life. Let's quickly go to those verses. So just give me a second. Hide floating marams. So this is that verse 10:10, which gives what is the goal of life. So it says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So what it says is, so translation is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So translation it says, those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So here Lord is saying that who are devoted to serve me not by force. This important thing is with love. So who is serving Lord with love? Now only to those person. Here from the shloka, dadami buddhi yogam. Dadami means I give. What I give? Intelligence. So I give that intelligence to those people who are doing bhajatam, who are singing my glories, with not with force, but with priti purvakam, with love. So those devotees who are devoted to me with love, I give the intelligence for what? Enama upayantite, by which upayanti means come to me. So it is like I will give that intelligence by which they come to me. Now, the importance of this thing is can come to me. This means we are not with him, and there is some other place where Lord Krishna stays. That is that important. So where is that and what is that is the thing which we need to understand, and that is the goal of life. So where Krishna stays and where we need to go is the destination. So we need to understand that where we are is not the place where Lord is there. There is some other place where Lord is there. And now our goal of life should be to understand where Lord stays and now how we need to go. Now there is one more verse which gives success formula. So this one book has 700 verses, and every verse will give you a nice lesson in our life. So there is one verse 41 to 41, this one. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahusyaka hyanantascha buddhayo avyavasayina. So this is saying that those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. So here, resolute in purpose and their aim is one. So if you want to have a success, either material or spiritual or anything, first you need to have determination. Okay, resolute. You should be very resolute in your purpose, and your aim should be one. So you cannot put multiple goals in your life and try to achieve that. So even if you see in football, there is only one goal. If you put two goals, then no one is going to put in any goal. So this person will try to put in that goal, that person will try to put in this one. So entire things become complex. So goal should be one, aim should be one, and we should be determined. Is that success formula? There is again a peace formula is 270. Okay. So there is peace formula. So which is again from Bhagavad-Gita, second chapter, 70 verse. आपूर्यमानामचलं प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रवशन्ति यद्वत् तावत् कामयं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे शशान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. It means a person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enters livers into the oceans, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace. Not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. So what is it says is, so when we see any river in this country or any country, the destination of that river would be ocean. So the rivers are going to flow through the land and they are going to merge in ocean. If you see that, it goes through that Uttarakhand and Bihar and it goes to West Bengal and it meets Bay of Bengal. And any river is going to go and meet. So what it is happening is, ocean is not disturbed by this, rivers coming and meeting it, because ocean is always filled. So ocean is always filled. These rivers are coming in and they happen. Similarly, we should be self-satisfied with what we have. First thing is self-satisfaction. We should be happy with what we currently have. That is the solution for everything. Now, when we see one desire saying that, oh, this person is having that, then there is unnecessary perturbation saying that I need to achieve it. First thing is, with your capability, you have this. With his capability, he has that. What is the point of you comparing your life to him? So you might have a nice family. You might not have a nice family. You might have less money. He has more money. So if you put many things, that permutation combinations, right? Everyone is living their life as per their capability. The comparison starts, your frustration starts. So first we should be happy with what we have. Second, we can try to achieve with our capability, not with the enthusiasm which we see in others. It is like the enthusiasm which we have in our skill. We need to try to develop that and we need to work and stand on our skill rather than other skill. Now, you be happy, you try that is what Krishna says. You do your duty and leave the rest. Similarly, you be happy with what you have. You do the best you can do, and whatever you come, it can be like, okay, you can get a 80 lakhs package job. You be happy with it. Don't be like, oh, so don't be too excited saying that, oh, I got it, I got this. Because after 6 months, if you lose that job, the amount of how you go from your equilibrium to that happiness, when it goes around, you are again going to go into that much depression. So you should be like, it is not like we are robots, but we can be like, okay, so I got it, we can be happy, but we should not be too much carried away by our success. And because When we are not able to handle success, we will not be able to handle our failure. So this is what can alone achieve peace, not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. So we'll get 100 desires. We need to understand that what is the desire which will be eternally benefit for me, eternally benefit for my family. That is the only thing. So first, if you don't have a goalpost, then there is no point of you trying to achieve peace in this world. That is guaranteed. If you don't have a goalpost, there is no point in you having a peace. Second thing is, if that goalpost is spiritual, you are going to have eternal peace. If that goalpost is material, you are going to have temporary peace. Okay, so if you want to have eternal peace, that goalpost should be a spiritual. And yeah, there are multiple paths which are defined in Bhagavad Gita. Peace formula. Now, who is our best friend? So you can say, okay, this person is my best friend, that person is my best friend, this person is my best friend. So when the things go beyond, you will see actually how your friends are going to, yeah, talk to you back. So yes, we might find best friends who are truth, or who are going to be best friends in all our life. But in our next life, is he going to be our friend? We have no idea. So here this verse says 529 from Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarvabhutanam Gnatva Mam Shanti Prichyati. Here it says, Bhoktaram, I am the enjoyer of all yajnas. So if you really understand this Bhagavad Gita, right, first thing, the person who wrote all the Vedas told Krishna is Bhagavan. That is the first thing. Lord Krishna is Bhagavan. Now that Bhagavan is saying, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam. So I am the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities. So you do any yajna in any temple. First they start with Om. Om itself is Krishna. Om itself is Krishna. Okay. And anything which they do, they'll say Brahmarpanam. Brahman is Krishna. So any sloka or any chant, Gayatri Mantra, if you think that that is for Gayatri Mata, you are wrong. Gayatri Mantra is for Lord Krishna. Okay. So anything is for the so ultimate beneficiary of all things are Krishna. So Krishna himself is saying, a person who is full consciousness of me, knowing to me the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices. And next, what is there? Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. So this is very important. So you think we all know that there are 14 planetary systems. In this planet, this god is there. In that planet, this god is there. In Brahma Loka, Lord Brahma stays. Now, Krishna is saying, I am the Supreme Lord of all planets and universe. So whoever you are considering devas, whatever you are considering as the planets, I am the Lord of everything. So that is what Krishna is saying. So it is there in Bhagavad Gita. It is this Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. And also in Krishna, he says in another place A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna. So even from the highest planet of Lord Brahma, you are going to come back to this material world. So you again need to take birth. Whoever surrenders to me, they will not take birth. So it means Krishna's abode is much more higher than Brahma. So in that 14 planetary systems, what we read, Brahma is the highest planetary system. But Krishna says, even if you go to Brahma, you are going to fall down. But whoever comes to me is going to attain eternal peace. So let me search that. Ah Brahma Bhuvana Loka. So we are almost 11:30. I'll leave by 11:40 so that we can see the ways. Brahma. Let's search. So this is very important because, yeah, this one. Because we all think that, okay, there are three murtis in that Vishnu, Krishna, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma is there. Now let's see from the perspective of Brahma. This is like, this is what from 8th chapter. A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartinojana Mamapetita Koteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest. All are places of misery. It is Krishna is saying, not a normal place. They are places of misery. So if we really analyze our life, right, we are just playing with small happiness in between miseries, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. So we take birth, we take death. And but one who attains my abode. See here, my abode. Oh, son of Kunti never takes birth again. This means Krishna's abode is out of the highest and lowest planets in this world. So this itself claims that Krishna is something out of this material world. So that is one. Who is our best friend? Krishna here, yeah. Here it says, I am the Supreme Lord of all planets and benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities. Suhrudam Sarva Bhutanam. It is, I am the friend of all. So Krishna says, I am the friend of all. Suhrudam Sarva Bhutanam. And deathlessness formula 729. So this is like, if you fear death, you contemplate on this, you are going to be happy. So in 729, Krishna says, Jara Marana Mokshaya Mama Shritayatantite Te Brahma Tadvidu Kritsnam Adhyatmam Karma Chakilam. So it is intelligent persons. Krishna says, he is very clear. See, intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death. So if you want to get out of this old age and death, he's saying those are intelligent persons. And what they do, they take refuge in me in devotional service. Krishna is clearly saying, you take shelter of me, you do devotional service, you will get out of this old age and death problem. Why? Because they are actually Brahman, because they know everything is transcendental activities. So whoever understands that Krishna's, so there is one more verse. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yogeti tatvatah tat tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. It is whoever understands my transcendental nature of janma karma, my birth and activities. So whoever understands that my birth and my activities are transcendental. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tatvatah. Whoever knows it, tyaktva deham punarjanma. After giving up this life, he don't need to take again one more life. That is what Krishna says. So this is deathlessness. If you understand, take shelter of Krishna, perform devotional service, you are going to get out of this fear of death. You are going to attain that eternal body. You don't need to again come into this repeated cycle. And who is supreme? So this one book is going to tell all these answers: goal of life, success, peace, best friend, deathlessness, and the most questioned statement. So who is supreme? Here Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabho. This is very important. Matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanatyaha. So here Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. This, the wise who perfectly know this, engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Again, it is with love. It is not by force. So, this Bhagavad Gita is that one book. Whatever we discussed are very minute things. So, there are many, many things which help everyone. So, even Mahatma Gandhi says, when I have a problem, I open Bhagavad Gita and I'll get the solution right away. Okay, so not just Mahatma Gandhi, there are many other people who took the shelter of Gita, and even in our contemporary world, there are many chess players, there are tennis players who whenever they were touching their lows in their life, they read Bhagavad Gita and they bounced back. Okay. And is it really relevant today? So, yeah, it is again a question. It is like, how many of you ever felt confused, stressed, or unsure about what is right? Because many people will tell, this is what we need to do. And now, after this YouTube shorts, right? Everyone is a guru, you know. Everyone wants like they'll just tell, okay, you eat this, you are going to get this. You eat this, you are going to get this. Now, on one item, one person will say, you eat this, you are going to be very good. And the other person he says, you eat this, you are going to get fall sick. So, without the uh, authorized, what we can say, skill or authorized positions, now, because of this social media, everyone starts sharing the information. But is it a authorized information? Because we know that, okay, he is speaking wrong. But what to think about many thousands of people who simply stay in villages or some remote areas? They read that and they do that in actual, it is like cheating. Okay. So many of us are confused, stressed, and we are not sure what is right. Similarly, Arjuna, today generation is also confused because earlier the problem in the olden days the problem was don't have access to information was the problem. No one has any access to the information. There was no post earlier, at least later India Post came, but there were no post. People were having no information. Because they did not have any much information, they were happy. Now we have more information than what we can digest. So we have more information than what we can digest, which is making us confused, and that is the pressing situation. So this is what discuss. We have information overload, but we have wisdom deficiency. Wisdom means differentiating what is right, what is wrong. Wisdom means understanding where, like, what is benefit for us, what is the ultimate goal, how we can be happy eternally. And this Gita is going to teach us the clarity in this entire chaos of that internet age. So if we read this Bhagavad Gita, we are going to move from that confusion to clarity. And yeah, I'll just end with two things. The five topics in Bhagavad Gita are discussed. Who is Lord? Who is Jiva? This is like we. And what is Prakriti? It is like the place where we are staying, and the time which is there, and the karma. What do we do the activities? So for any book, we have three things: Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Sambandha means first, what is the relationship between a Jiva and Ishvara? This is told in Bhagavad Gita. So, what is the relationship is told, and what is the relationship between Jiva and Prakriti? What is the relationship between everything is told. Sambandha is the relationship. Abhideya means maintaining that relationship. So, how to maintain that relationship means the process. So, the process is also described in Bhagavad Gita, how a jiva is connected to Ishvara and how he needs to keep that connectivity eternally. So, Sambandha means establishing relation, Abhideya means keeping that relationship active, and Prayojana means what are the benefits. So, what we get. So when a jiva is connected to Ishvara, he is going to get eternal happiness, eternal bliss. He is going to get out of birth, death, old age, disease cycle. Okay. So he is going to transfer from this material over to spiritual world. Here we have lot of limitations. There we don't have any limitations. There you can be eternally happy. You don't have to charge your phone. You don't have to earn your money. There are a lot of kalpataru vrikshas. What you ask, it is going to give you. You don't need bikes and cars. You have vimanas, which doesn't need petrol. They fly by themselves, and everything is described. Okay, so there are multiple things, and these are the questions which you all can contemplate. And if you think that you need answers, get into Bhagavad Gita. So, who am I? Where am I from? What is my duty? Why do I suffer? Process to get out of suffering is the things. So, anyone has any questions until this point? Okay. So, you're able to follow what we discussed today? So, anyone can unmute and yeah, just okay, then I think we can take a break. So, if you have any questions, yeah, you can just continue your discussions in the next sessions at your places. Okay, so we'll take a break. Thank you all for joining in.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी.
Thank you, sir.
नाइस एक्सप्लेन. काफी अच्छा से आपने एक्सप्लेन किया. सो दैट आज काफी सारे सीखने को मिला आपसे.
Thank you,
एक्चुअली
Rohit.
यस यस प्रभु जी, अभी एक्चुअली हम भगवद गीता पढ़ते हैं, बट एक्चुअली उसमें क्या है, क्या एलिमेंट्स है, क्या थीम्स है, और हम दूसरे को एक्सप्लेन करते टाइम पे क्या करना चाहिए, ये आज हमें अच्छे से पता चला. सो दैट ब्रेकअप करते हैं, सो दैट आज जो हमने ब्रेकअप सीखा कि भगवद गीता क्या है, वो काफी अच्छे से हमने आपसे आज एक्सप्लेनेशन सुना. सो दैट हम बेटर बाकी लोगों को भी सो दैट एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे. खुद भी अभी पढ़ रहे हैं, कंप्लीट नहीं हुए. वेरी नाइस. थैंक यू सर.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah. I'll share this material also in the group, Prabhu, so that if you want to use
यस
it,
यस यस प्रभु जी, प्लीज.
please do. Okay, Prabhu.
यस यस.
Thank you all.
हरे कृष्ण.
वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.